All right, so welcome to this video. You are good at what you do. Your code works, your projects shipped on time. But here's the thing, on Upwork right now, there are 100 other developers who can say the exact same thing. So why should a client actually pick you? And more importantly, why should they pay you what you are actually worth? That is the big question. And that's exactly what we're solving today. This is where most freelancers get stuck. Okay. So we have two different columns, one to the left and one to the side, as you can see. And you're probably sending the same proposal to every client, right? You copy paste, change the name, hit send, cross your arms, you wait for something to stick, and that's exactly what everyone is doing. Wrong. That's not the way. That is exactly why you're competing with 200 other people on every single job. The clients then don't see you as any special or different. They just see you as one more option. Okay. And when you're just another option, guess what happens? Price becomes the only thing that matters. And then you lose. It's a competition to the bottom. That's how things work. Every market works this way. So here's what separates the freelancers making $5,000 a month from the ones making $50,000 a month on Upwork. Yes, 50,000, 10,000, 15, 20, 30, 50. It's not more skills, it's not more experience, it's three things. First, they ask better questions, not about themselves, about the client, their business, their problems, their challenges, their industry, their disruptions, what they worry about, their hopes, their fears, their dreams. Inquisitive questions. Okay, this is the one thing I need you to take from this video. Put it somewhere on a piece of paper. Okay, put it somewhere in a piece of paper. Put it somewhere in a piece of paper. Inquisitive questions are a superpower. You're leaving money on the table if you don't learn this. Inquisitive questions make self evident your capacity to actually help somebody. Okay? Ask better questions. Not about you, about the client, about the real problem. All right? Inquisitive questions is one of your superpowers. Inquisitive questions. Second, successful freelancers, they show they understand. They prove they know the industry. They have solved the exact problem before, and they're not just another developer trying to get some money. Okay? They give a fuck about what they do. Okay? So show that you understand. Ask better questions is number one, because inquisitive questions make self-evident your capacity to actually help them. Two, make them feel like you understand. All right? Show them you understand. And then, third, my friend, successful freelancers make the client want to work with them. Not because they're the most cheap, not because they're the cheapest option, but because they're the most trustworthy. All right? Now, your proposal is your first impression. Your proposal is your first impression. And something I also need you to take from this video is as follows. Upwork is just a platform, it's just a bridge between you and the client. Upwork is just a bridge between you and the client. The primary focus of Upwork is to put you in front of a potential client on a sales call, on a one-to-one conversation, live, so that they can see you and you can show them that you really care, that you want to do the right thing. All right? Important. It's not this magical thing, it's just a connector between you and another human. Okay? And your proposal is your first impression. And you get one shot. You get one shot. So this shot's got to be the sniper method. Here's how to make it count. You start with their problem, not your solution. You don't say, I'm a React developer with 5 years of experience. You say, I know you're struggling to find someone who understands your specific tech stack and can deliver fast. That's different. Okay? Then you show proof, not a list of companies, not a resume with a chronological list of everything you've done in the past, because no one gives a fuck, especially clients. You show proof, a specific example that is contextually relevant to what they are trying to solve. Example, I helped a software as a service company like yours reduce their load time by 40% in 3 weeks. That is the sniper method. Snipers, they take a step back, they calculate distance, wind, weight of the bullet, where is the target, and then wham, one shot. Okay, you don't just go shotgunner, then just hoping, crossing your arms. All right. So once that's done, you can then ask questions, smart questions, inquisitive questions, questions that show you actually read their job posting and you know the fucking industry. Questions that actually make them feel like you fucking care, because you do. My job here is to show you that you do care and to help you communicate it, to make it self evident. All right? That's why you're here in this program. So, questions show you actually read their job posting and you understand the industry. A few examples. Have you considered using a headless CMS for this? This is a very specific questions for specific job postings, right? Or another example. What's your current tech stack? These questions do two things. They show you're competent. They start a conversation, finally, makes it easy to say yes. Don't ask them to hire you. Ask them to have a 15-minute call or a 45-minute interview, whatever. So here we go, my friend. Now you got on a call. Don't mess this up. Yeah. The first minute, forget about business. Talk about what they're calling from. Just break the ice a little bit. Be human. People buy people. This is one of our principles here at this program. People buy people. You are going to be touching their source code or their projects or whatever, and you're going to be also talking to them potentially on a daily basis or on a weekly basis, by weekly basis, monthly basis, whatever, but you're going to also see them. So it's a human to human interaction. It's just not just about the fucking money, right? You're also going to invest your time, your lifespan into working on this project. So you also need to feel comfortable. It's also important that you feel comfortable. Okay? So the first 2 minutes, forget about business. Talk about what they're coming from. Is the weather? Is it cold? Is it warm? Make a little bit of a joke. Build a little bit of a connection. This is not something that you just jump on a call. Be like, where are you from? No, just relax. It's just a human. Okay, just a human. All right. And we're gonna teach you about sales, how to be reported on the sales program, but I'm just explaining the principles here. So build a connection. Why? Because people work with people they like. Then here's the key. Let them talk. Your job is to listen and ask questions. Smart questions, inquisitive questions. Inquisitive questions from now on after this video are your superpower. So you don't ask, how much is your budget? You ask, what have you already tried? And then you shut the fuck up. Or what's your timeline? Or who else is involved in this decision? These types of questions show that you care about understanding their problem, which is the main issue here. You need to actually care about their problem. All right? You're not here as a salesperson. You're a doctor. You just, hey, Mr. Customer, you have your checklist here of questions. So, what does it hurt? For how long? Doctor approach. Okay? So the approach is asking questions, and these questions show that you care about understanding the problem, not just taking their fucking money. Okay? Don't be annoying. And here's the thing: the better your questions, the more competent you seem, the more competent you feel for them. Okay? Because most freelancers come in, money please, yo please. Can I take your order so I can get yo? You're more like a doctor. Chill, relax. You seem competent. Okay? More competent than just saying, I've done this for 10 years. Okay? I have 3 PhDs. It's annoying, man. So annoying. All right? So at the end, once you've asked all of your inquisitive questions, you understand their problem, their situation, what they worry about, what they hope for, their fears. Finally, you summarize what you heard. So, take a step back. So, if I'm understanding correctly, you need a developer who can bang, 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 and you just re- give back to them everything that they told you as responses to your inquisitive questions. You don't oversell, you just be clear. So, here's what I do. You can say, so here's what I do first, and then second, then yeah. You say whatever you need to do with the project, and then that's it. You've won. Okay? Simple. So, this is the biggest mistake I see. Developers spend their entire proposal talking about themselves. We call this the II syndrome. Avoid the II syndrome. I've done this. I've worked with that. My rate is yada, yada, yada. Me. No one cares about you. Welcome to the real world. No one gives a fuck about you. Stop that shit. The clients don't care. They care about their problem. That's why they pay. Because they care about the problem. 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 All right. So they care about their problem. They care about whether you can solve it or not, how fast, how reliably, how is it going to feel to work with you. People by people. People by people. People by people. I've been repeating this for years. People by people. Are you a nice person to work with? Do you actually give a fuck about their problem? Why are you here in Upwork in the first place? What makes you actually different? Why should I trust you instead of the other cheaper versions for $8 an hour? What makes you unique? Is it the fact that you actually care about my problems? Then, okay, good. Ask me the questions so that I can feel that I can trust you. Okay? Clients care about whether you can solve their problem. So flip the script, make it about them. Your website is slow, and that's costing you customers. Instead of, I am a website developer with 15 years of experience, or I am an AI driven web developer, performance expert with 3 certificates. See the difference? It's about them. Okay? So, if you make things about you, you fall into the I syndrome, and that's stupid. Be the one talking about them. All right? Here's the system that works. Every week, you do the same thing. First, you find 5 to 10 jobs that actually fit what you do. Not every job. Jobs that match your skills. Read each one carefully. Understand the real problem. Then you write some proposals. Not copy paste, custom, using the 4-step formula. Hook, proof, questions, call. Then you wait. When they message you, your only job is to get them on a call. Okay, not to close them in messages, not to be doing 100 hours of research work through messages. Get them on a call. Use the 3 moment framework: connection, understanding, close. Then you deliver amazing work and you ask for referrals. And that's it. Rinse, repeat. You do this every week and you're not competing on price anymore. You broke free from the rat race, the dumb shit. You're competing on value. And value always wins, my friend. And you are valuable. My only job here in this video is to take the veil off your eyes and give you back the clarity of how much money you're worth, my friend. Because if you're in this program, you're a top fucking engineer. I know that. So don't wait. Start today. Today, write your new proposal. Use the formula. Make it about the client. Ask smart questions, inquisitive questions. Questions are now your super fucking power. We just gave you a superpower. Inquisitive questions. Inquisitive questions, my friend. You're now super powered. All right? Save everything I share with you on this video as a template. There's also a template link down below this video. All right? Tomorrow, it's a new day. You find five jobs that fit, not 50 that don't matter at all. 5 that fit. Read each one. Write custom proposals. Make sure that if you're going to send a proposal, is within the first 3 minutes, 3 minutes up to an hour, 3 minutes up to an hour. Okay, send the custom proposals. Okay, this week, prepare for the calls, have your inquisitive questions, practice what we talked about, write down 5 smart inquisitive questions for your industry, turn on your camera, smile, enjoy the process. Then get on calls and close at least one client. Okay, if you can do that, that's it. That is the start, so that you can finally break the zero with the sharp sword of your inquisitive questions and actually caring with the arrow of caring. Okay, you have now a katana of smart questions, the katana of inquisitive questions, and the arrow of caring. All right. Hope this helps, my friend. Hope this helps. So let's talk about money. Right now, you're probably making $50, maybe $30, $50 an hour. You're competing on price. You're stressed about finding the next job. You're sending 20 proposals to land one client. And here's what changes. If you start making $75 to $150 an hour, or better yet, you land retainer clients paying you $3,000, $5,000, $15,000. This is all in Upwork, believe it or not. This is all in Upwork. You just haven't arrived yet. You're competing on value. So if all this happens, you start competing on value. And the more valuable you become, the hourly rate can increase. But then here's the deal. You need to understand something. You actually need to give a fuck about what you're doing. All right? The more you give a fuck, the more you care about your work, the more you will be able to charge. Plain and simple. Okay? So start competing on value, not on price. Okay? So that then you can finally relax, because you are selective with clients and you land one client for every 3-5 proposals. That's the difference. And that's not because you got better at coding. It's because you got better at selling yourself. All right? Here is what I want you to think about. Are you ready to change how you pitch? Are you willing to spend 30 minutes writing a custom proposal instead of a 2-minute copy paste? Are you willing to get on calls and actually talk to clients? Actually talk to clients, to humans, instead of being too afraid of getting a no or being rejected, because somehow rejection has to do something with you as a person. Okay? It's about them. Become outer focus, because they also are afraid. They also human. They have problems that hurt them, and you have the skill, you have the ability to help them. Focus on that instead of the I syndrome, instead of the me. I deserve clients because I was an engineer for so many years. Okay? Are you willing to get on calls and actually talk to clients? Very important. Are you willing to make it about them instead of about you? Because if the answer is yes, my friend, everything changes. You're not competing with 200,000, 200 developers anymore. You're the one and only, the chosen one who actually cares about them. Okay? So this week, you're going to write your new proposal using the formula. You're going to find five jobs that fit. You're going to send custom proposals. You're going to be prepared for calls. You're going to close your first client by the power of actually giving a fuck about them, understanding they're human too, and the people by people. And you have the katana of inquisitive questions and the arrow of caring. Okay? Once all of that happened, you can message us and tell me what happened. I want to hear about it. You can post it in the group. You can share with the others because this works. I've seen it work for hundreds of developers, and it's going to work for you too. The only question, my friend, is: are you going to do it?